I purchased this tree in August of 2019. It came in a 3-gallon container and it was standing at about 55 inches tall. The tree didn't have too many branches or leaves for that matter. It was healthy but with minimal branching and leaves. Shortly after purchasing, I decided to tip the central leader and the side branches in order to stimulate new growth. Within a week after purchasing the tree, I transplanted it to a 5-gallon grow bag. By early November, the tree had developed buds and its first flower was in bloom. By this time, the tree was looking good with healthy new leaves and plenty of buds. It wasn't as full as I had hoped, but it was a notable improvement from when I purchased it. This tree is estimated to be about 2 years old, so I will likely allow it to set fruit. There's a good amount of buds, so I may thin out a few so as not to put too much stress on its first fruit production. The tree is very healthy looking and with lush green leaves, so it should be able to handle a small crop. If the tree was younger, I would take out the buds and allow the tree to focus on root development as opposed to fruiting. But a tree this mature and healthy should do well. As I do with most of my young potted plants, I added a top layer of soil mix to give the tree added nutrients for its anticipated fruit production. First, I removed the topsoil and exposed the top of the root ball. Next, I added a soil mixture to the top of the planter consisting of worm castings, organic soil, small amount of chicken manure, azomite, and mycorrhiza. I left the area near the trunk clear of the soil mixture and spread the rest around the top of the planter. I then added some pumice around the trunk area, covering the exposed root ball area. I use pumice, which is basically volcanic rock, due to its porous texture. It's an excellent soil amendment that retains moisture and provides aeration for roots. I finished this process by adding wood chips on top of the planter. I've been doing this on my trees for some time now with good results. I first tried it on a mango tree that I had growing in a pot. The tree was doing well. It had healthy looking leaves, but it was not putting out new growth. It had been transplanted, but I kept the soil level at the same height that it came from the nursery. After seeing some of the results from other YouTube videos, I decided to try it on my mango. I removed about 3 inches of topsoil to get to the root ball. I replaced the soil with my worm casting soil mix and pumice, just as I've done with this tree. Within a couple of months, the mango tree had put on some substantial new growth. I went around my orchard and began to use this practice on other potted plants, and most of them produced similar results. I also noticed that once I began checking the depth from the topsoil to root ball, I found that on the majority of my trees, the root ball was buried at least 2 to 3 inches deep. On some trees, I removed up to 6 to 7 inches of topsoil before reaching the root ball. Now I just make it a habit of replacing the topsoil on all trees I purchase and use my own method of covering the root ball, just as I've done here. This tree will be kept in this grow bag until fruit is harvested. After that, I will be putting it in the ground. These trees like a full sun and are fast growing, so I'll have to find a good sunny location. I've never tasted this fruit, but I'm told it's supposed to have a sweet flavor. The taste has been described from being similar to a fig to tasting like cotton candy. It's also supposed to be a good source of vitamin C, antioxidants, and other beneficial properties. This tree is said to be a heavy producer, capable of producing fruit year-round. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes this tree to go from flower to harvest. I've read some articles that claim it's a lengthy period, up to 10 to 12 months for some areas. It's also known to flower while there's still maturing fruit on the tree. So if it does have a lengthy period of fruit development, it would be possible to have a year-round crop. I'm pretty happy with its growth so far, especially considering that it's growing in a small container. I'm hoping once it's put in the ground, it will take off and provide plenty of fruit. If you've been following me on this channel, you see me talk about the work I'm doing in my backyard. I'm concentrating on high density and espalier planting. This tree is going to be planted in the high density section, where I will be planting 3 trees in one hole, planted in a triangular shape at about 18 inches apart. I'll keep you posted on that project. By late November, the tree was starting to set fruit. As seen here, you can see the fruit is starting to set. Here you can see a bud on the right and a fruit setting on the left. This is an evergreen tree that can reach heights of up to 25 to 40 feet. I won't let it reach that height. I have quite a few trees in my backyard and not a whole lot of space to work with. So I'll have to prune this tree to keep it at about 6 to 8 feet. I'm not exactly sure in what part of the high density areas this tree will be planted in. I have 2 areas, one that is about 15 feet by 4 feet wide, facing east, and another that is similar in size facing south. I have several trees to plant in these areas, so I'll have to pick a spot that gets at least 8 hours of sunlight. As soon as I'm ready to plant it, I'll upload a video. I'll keep you posted. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the links below to see other videos I posted. Thank you for watching.